The budget in the military in most of the country increase every year. And it seems like more than half of it they spend on buying weapons. Most of military, they feel more secure when they have better weapons and have more weapons. But in reality, is it make our country more secure if we have the best weapon? If people still poor, people still struggle to survive, people are unhappy. Even we have very good weapon, maybe we cannot be secure as we think. To have a lot of weapons is a cause of poverty in many countries too. Each weapon that we buy is so expensive, like a submarine or warplane or tanks or something like that. It's so expensive. We spend a lot of money on that weapon. And most of the weapon, we never use it, just to have it. They think it's like to make sure that they prepare well, so they just have it. But one thing we need to think about is the world right now, it changed so far from the past. In the past, when we have fighting, when we have war, people use airplane, people use tank, people use a lot of weapons. But now, the war changed the form a lot. Nobody uses tank much anymore now. The new war, they did not use weapon. The new war, they use money. They use patent law. They use technology. And then they use this. This is the most powerful weapon in the world. The imperialism system in the past, they just took the warship and then they use a big mortar, big gun or something like that, and then they took over each country, and then they forced those countries to let them take out their natural resources. But now it's not like that anymore. They know that in the past, England take over India, but they take over only Indian people, only Indian country, but they cannot take over Indian people. That's why Khanty can take people to bring back their freedom again. So now they know that the old technique is not working well anymore. Now, the new war, they use money system to take over each country. They use patent law to force everybody in that country send money to them. They use seeds as a weapon. They send seed to this country, they take over everybody in that country. That's what happened. So, new war in this era, people don't use tanks, people don't use warplane, no submarine anymore. Why do many military in many countries still buy weapons? If we don't have weapons, can we have security? The security, the real security comes from the mind, the heart of each people in that country. If people in each country have a good life, have freedom, they enjoy it, they will love their country. When they love their country, they really want to protect their country. This is one way to make the country have more security. When people get benefit from the country, they will protect it. They want to protect it. It's their country. But to have weapon can cause a lot of poverty in many countries. And you have very good weapon, but people are poor, are hungry, are starving, are suffer. The country cannot be strong. You cannot think about security anymore after that. There's a lot of problem happen. So weapon is important, but people is more important than weapon. And now there's another way. It's better than to use weapon, is talking. The best warrior is the warrior who don't use weapon, who win without using weapon. But in the military system, no people think about peaceful war. Nobody think about how to make the war without using weapon. Because when you use weapon, you feel you have power. And then everywhere when you buy weapon, you have a lot of commission. That's the main income of the general, the main income of the high-ranking people in the military in many countries. That's why we need to buy so many weapons everywhere. But the more you buy weapon, another country will buy more weapon too, to compete. Everybody will spend more and more and more money to buy more and more and more weapon. And then every time you buy, you take money from many people. It create more poverty in each country. That's one thing I think we need to change our thinking about security in the country, in the world, in our family also. The security is important, but it have to come from inside us, not come from the weapon only. Weapon is important, but we don't need to have very fancy weapon. But we can use more brain. Brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. How can we solve the problem without using weapon? That's the best way to do it. Because every time when you use weapon, it creates a lot of poverty, a lot of death, a lot of health problem, a lot of everything. Because the war kill a lot of people, make a lot of family collapse. The war is not good for anybody. So now the new way to think about security is stop buying weapon. Because buying a lot of weapon is never end. We spend more and more money to buy more and more and more. And everybody will buy more. If you have this level, another country is going to have this level. And you have to have this level. It's compete each other all the time. So it's not clever way. If we don't invest money in war, we can invest money in peace. Peace is very cheap. It's so different from buying submarine or buying a warplane or tanks. If you buy one submarine, it may cost many $1,000 million. That's a lot of money. But instead, we don't buy submarine, but we use that money to invest in people, invest in peace. Use that money to dig pond everywhere in the country. We're going to save a lot of water in the country. People everywhere will have pond, will have water. When they have water, they can grow more food. They can have more fish, more food. They have a better life. Or we can use that money to make a hospital or make a medical university. So produce a lot of doctors in the country. So anybody who want to learn, they can learn. They can be a doctor easily. We have money. Use money to produce more doctor and then send doctor everywhere in the country. So people will be healthy, will be happy. Or send doctor to neighbor countries. If you send doctor to help neighbor in the crisis time, in the time that they have some problem, help them. Or if you produce a lot of food, have a good water, good soil, good food, produce a lot, and then send them to help neighbor country. It's not very expensive to do this part. It's not expensive at all. But neighbor country will love you. People in the neighbor country will love you. When people love each other, care each other, we don't need to fight. We don't need to kill each other. In this way, I think we save a lot of money. And then we can make peace spreading everywhere. Peace is so cheap. For example, like if I live in the city, one day I want to move to the country. Many people in the city, when we move to the country, they like to make fence. Make fence, make the camera system, make the nice gate, big gate, nobody can come to protect themselves. Just to make a fence, it costs a lot of money. But instead of make a big fence, a lot of camera, a lot of things in the house, but you just cook food and give food to neighbor, give to them. Maybe once a month or 2 times a month, everybody will love you. Even you're not at home, they will come and take care of your house. So this way it's cheaper than making the fence. So in the country it's the same. If we share more, if we help each other more, I think we will have more peace, we have more friendship, we have more help. It will be nicer and nicer. We don't need to store a lot of weapons in our country for security anymore. I don't think this idea is gonna work well anymore. It's very bad idea to have more weapons, to buy more weapons. I think it's time to change our mind, to not invest in war, but we change to invest in peace more. Peace is food, or natural resources, or healing, or doctor. We help each other this way. If we have the basic need to help each other, I don't think we're going to hate each other. We love each other, we care each other. Nobody want to hurt your friend. Nobody want to hurt the people who care about you. Why don't we change our mind to come back, to invest in friendship, in sharing, in helping, invest money in propagate more natural resources, and we can share it to our neighbor. It's so cheap and easy. I learned from my life. My life, I have houses, but I never have lock in my house. My land, anywhere, there's no fence. People can come anytime. I don't have fence. I don't have lock. I don't have anything. I feel secure. I feel very secure because I share with everybody nearby. So why in the country level we cannot do like this? Why can't we do like this? Why can't we invest in friendship, in peace like this? It's a lot cheaper, a lot easier. So we can have a lot of money to help people to be happy, to be healthy, to enjoy their life more. When they get benefit from the country, they will love their country more. But if they did not get anything from it, only the country just take away from them, take high tax from them, everything is hard and complicated to communicate. So that's part nobody love the country in that way. Invest in peace is easy and cheap. So we need to change our mind to think about this more. I think it will be the easiest solution for the world, for ourselves and for the world.